Welcome back, Keepers of the Flame. Happy International, right? International Astrologers Day. Woohoo! Go thank an astrologer, get a read, buy one of their books, buy one of their courses. Do whatever you can to support them. We're all like, yay, this is great. But it wasn't always like this. Was not always like this. We still celebrate the man who got rid of the druids and the pagans and whatever else and made it the law that you stone astrologers. So, like, legit, they've already run some gamuts. They were here long before we thought it was cool. Go give them some love, okay? Okay, let's get into read Capricorn. What's going on? What's shaking? All right, here we go. What's Capricorn need to know? 3's up, 3's down, and 3's are wild. This is, ooh, I forgot to mention that. This is my new favorite deck. I like using this for personal. It's tough to use it during reads because you can hardly see the, they're beautiful cards though. Anything else for Capricorn out of this deck? Hang on. Okay. Ooh. Interesting. Okay. So you've got the Queen of Cups, but it's... So, and these, they tend to combine forces. Okay. Let's start with this. This is the deck I'm using, the Sigil Arcanum. Or Arcanum. I think it's correct with how you pronounce that. The tarot is the language of the entire universe. And a sigil is but a single word in a complex language. Legit, if you don't know your sigils or get some sigils, get into some like runes, you can just look those up in the pictures and the meetings and whatever else. You can start getting into that if it speaks to you. If not, don't worry about it. It's just kind of the up-and-coming energies. We're looking for new modalities of existing in the world. And Logos is going to be one of those things because Aquarius is all about the knowledge. Sorry, I'm just making sure I'm not running over any tails or limbs while I move my chair over here quick. So, this deck, here, I'll show you. See, it's beautiful. It's gorgeous. It's absolutely stunning deck. But it is so logical. So, as you can see up here is the Q, which is the queen, okay, in a cup. Okay, but then down here you have the symbol of air. Okay, so that's kind of how this works. So they're combining things. Now this is a major arcana, so this is just the Lover's card, but the sign is obviously Gemini, which we've known that. Okay, but then you have the 10 of air here, which is the 10 of swords. Okay. So it's Gemini in the sun in Gemini. Sorry, it's got to move this way. Reading this way, but it's opposite to you. Sorry, it's the sun in Gemini. Okay, so for those of you who want to learn astrology, this is a really freaking cool deck. Okay. So again, it's the Queen of Cups, but it's more logical, air. So it's kind of really fascinating that way. It's like how they, or he, she. Blackout. Oh, there it is. Taylor Bell. Don't know if it's a man or a woman. Doesn't freaking matter. They're rock stars. Okay. Queen of Cups. Okay. So this says water of water, even though it has an air on it. Interesting. The essence of water heart, emotion, flood, the Queen of Cups, Mother Nature, flowing river of fertility and nurturing grace. The Queen knows how to make people laugh and smile, but she also knows how to tell the truth when someone is lying. She is intuitive and not at all afraid of the other side. See, I think that speaks to the intuition, though, because you can't just use your emotions as a driving force. You have to bring them, you have to pair them with your intellect. And I think that's why they put the air symbol on there. Pretty sure that would make more sense. We know what this is. The lovers, the pairing. Okay. Now, this could be the pairing in your heart. Okay. It doesn't always have to mean on the outside, but it can. So and this kind of states the energy on the planet at the moment. And then you've got the 10 of air here, which is the sun in Gemini. And I'm just going to read these so we can all learn at the same blasted time. Because I'm one of those people that likes to read the book and then put it away. Not in this particular case. Okay. Because it's so sad that they just put this in a little, this should be hard-covered, like, really nice book, because the words they use is just like a flower doomed to wilt into the frozen November ground. The 10 signals the final stop in the journey of the swords, pierced by 10 blades. The over-analytical aspects of Gemini have had their way with the issue, and all that is left is to complete ruin. One can always learn from their ruins and perhaps use that knowledge to forge a better life in the future. Okay, so you see what I'm saying? Like, this is like Taylor, Bell person. This is gold. You need to put this in something a little bit more stable next time. Please and thank you. Your words are lovely. Okay. So underline roots of the reed. Ooh, okay. All right, Cappy. Anybody can deal with this, you can. So you have the Ace of Fire, which I showed you at the beginning to show you the deck. And the 7 of Fire. Which is Mars in Leo. Fire. And then this is a lot of fire. Cappy, it's a lot of fire. Okay. So this would be the Tower, darling. I'm pretty sure. Pretty dang sure this is the Tower. And it's Mars again. Dang, that Mars is just hounding your behind. I don't know. Mars is still in Gemini, isn't it? Okay, it was when I looked at it like 5 or 6 days ago. I think it's still there. Dang it. Okay, well. You start off really strong, though, in your intuition. And whether you're paired with another or paired with yourself, you're solid here. And I think maybe this 10 is like an enlightenment. Like you now... And maybe this is shadow work that you've already like processed. And now you've accumulated to the point where you're like, boom, need to break it. And so now you have the desire to actually let go of things here and burn them away, right? And that now that structure, belief, pattern, whatever it is now crumbling. Okay. I'm going to get the 7 of Wands in here. We kind of know what the Ace of Wands is, and there's no planetary things. But I want to... Ooh, look, there it is. Okay. See what I mean? Like, but they're so cool. The next battle on the horizon. The 7 speaks of the valor required to stand up for what is right under pressure. Work can be a lot like fighting a war, constantly trying to figure out the right strategy and the right plan of attack. Determination and good planning are our allies when it comes to winning the fight. Ew. Okay? Okay. So let's look that up. I want to see what the Tower says. Okay, so it is the Tower. The final blast that destroys the foundation. The Tower signifies an ending of the Negredo. Negredo. I don't know what that word is. Nigredo. It sounds a lot like something else, so that's why I don't really want to pronounce it. And beginning of the next phase. I'm going to have to look up that word. Okay. Fear not. I shall not leave you hanging, darling. Okay, hang on. What was once stable, a place, a home, a business, an empire, has crumbled because of the forces of justice. Sometimes, in order to construct a new foundation to build the albedo, you must clear out the old. Okay. Capricorn. All right. So, get on the old quant train here, if it freaking loads. Maybe not. There we go. Okay. Maybe it's my search engine. It's not. It's like, what are you talking about? Okay. I'll put it down in the description below because I'll use a different modality. I have things on my phone. I'm very, very protective of it. So a lot of times, like, my internet searches don't go through very well. Okay. So it says a home, a business, an empire has crumbled because of the forces of justice. But what I'm seeing here is this has to do with an enlightenment as far as a relationship goes. Either with yourself or with another. So this is just a clear, well, the new moon is coming tomorrow. Cleaning house is definitely the order of the day, so that sounds like what it's doing. So, and again, a structure doesn't always have to mean a physical place in the realm of reality, because a lot of times when we're talking about our lives, we also talk in a relationship form. Like, you know, that person lived with me or lives with me, or we had a relationship that were there. I would stay at their place or they'd come over to my place or whatever the heck it is. So something in the lines of emotional connection here, either with yourself or another, whichever you prefer to look at that as, is either you've gotten to a place of enlightenment where you know how to better proceed with this relationship and bond, whether it be with yourself or another, or you have come to a space where you're like, oh, we can't proceed forward and it needs to bust down. Now, that could be the whole relationship. That could be certain aspects of the relationship where you're breaking down an aspect of the relationship to build it back up in the future. Start something new, start something fresh, whatever it is. Okay. So this does not signify to me that there's a, because if there was, there would be none of this. Absolutely none of this. Okay, so something tells me one or both of you feels that there's something here worth fighting for, and you're doing it. So you're letting what needs to fall away, and that's no longer serving you. Just do it. Okay, let's get you. I'm gonna get you a Spitfire. I was gonna use the Animal Oracle. But with all this fire in here, I feel like a dragoon is best in order. What does Capricorn need to know about all this fire energy in their mental space? Inspiration and understanding. One from the middle, one from the bottom. Okay. Ready, set, grow. Constellation, Coma Bernice's hair. Wisdom of the Herald. Listen to the whispers on the wind and the deeper energies flowing in every situation for new ideas and creativity. They can be found all around you. Wisdom of the Dragon. I am everywhere and nowhere at the same time. Listen to my call and be inspired. Draw from me your new undertaking. I will be available to you in all points, times, and places. I am abundant energy, just ready to be plucked from the ether. When I strike, often without warning, be inspired. The General of Inspiration beckons you to heed the call of the source of abundant creativity that is larger than yourself. Draw from the well of inspiration and you will no longer be thirsty. Now is the time for inspiration and creativity to enter your life. This is so true. We're moving into spring. Tomorrow. Okay? It's new life just bursting at the seams. Tap into that energy and like whatever the heck this is, it's just gonna, okay? And oftentimes it doesn't matter if you're masculine or feminine. This time of year naturally brings about the nurturing in you. It just happens on a natural state. Everything is new and tender and starting to grow along with you. You are new and tender and starting to grow after the season of dormant. Now, if you don't have 4 seasons where you live, you still went through a little bit of a cold streak. Probably, I want to say the beginning to mid-March is usually when the southern climates have their, or at least, the northern hemisphere, anyway, has their kind of like cold, they call it a cold snap down south. So it happened recently, and now things are starting to warm up and things are starting to get a little perkier and whatever else. So understand that this is, all of us are coming to this fruition right now where it's like, okay, everything is coming up and I am now clearing the pathway and getting that tower the heck out of here in order to start new things, new ways of thinking, new ways of behaving, new ways of being in the world, and nurturing everything that goes along with that. So then you have understanding, which I need to look up first. Looking at both sides. Now, I don't know if this means for you looking at both sides of death and new life, or looking at both sides of the situation. Whatever that means for you. Okay. Ooh, Pisces. Ha ha! Okay. Looking at both sides, constellation Pisces Astronus, the southern fish of Pisces. There are many aspects to a situation. Observe wisely from a distance. Really analyze all facets. Take your time and truly process the gravity of the situation. What's worse, the volcano or the dragon? Can you take them both on? Will you choose your battles? Or perhaps it is rather an opportunity for a powerful alliance. Consider all angles and all sides. Contemplate. Knowledge is power, and if you find success in truly understanding a situation, once you have this level of understanding, knowledge, and sensibility, you can stand in power and come into your own. Knowledge is the key to 1,000,000 doors. They say knowing is half the battle. True assentment and understanding are vital to a situation. Take the time to reflect and assess a complex situation. Ease back and truly process all angles. Then, armed with the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding you have garnered, move forward and take action for success and victory. Arm yourself with a sharp mind before proceeding. have a feeling I need to elaborate on that. Freaking Capricorn. I'm not moving until I have all my pieces, resources, and all that good gravy. So, that's Capricorn energy. So, don't really move unless you have all the information. So, I feel like that's redundancy for a Capricorn. But, nonetheless, you have some new perspectives. And just remember to take everything into account when you are building up whatever structure that you had to break down in the past. Taking into how you got there, what things were at play on a psychological level, on an emotional level, on a mental level, on a, maybe there's history that crept up there, whatever it is that put a kink in that way of building that the structure was able to fall in the first place. So oftentimes, if you can set a solid foundation, the structure will not be as weak. So focusing your resources, which that's Capricornian energy right there, focusing your resources and making sure that when you start building up again, that this foundation is solid from all angles. Okay? Hope that helps. Have a glorious rest of your week. Happy spring. And until next time, keep your flame. I don't need to tell you to do that. Your freaking is full of fire. Have fun.